I'm Shani and I make videos documenting my journey as a beginner nail enthusiast. Today's video is the second installment of my series on my channel called Like It or Leave It, where I review and demo different nail products and let you all know if they are beginner friendly. We are not using our girl Jay today for the demo. We're going back to our old trusty friend, my first practice hand, and the kit that we are reviewing today is the Valentino Beauty Pure acrylic system, their beginner kit. This kit retails for $112.16, but it is currently on sale for $95.33. I believe that when I bought it, I got it for about $84, I think. It was around Christmas time, so they had a nice sale going on, so I did get it at a discounted price. Are also using my number 12 acrylic brush from Valentino. This did not come with the kit, but this kit did come with 6 different products. The first thing that we have here is the liquid monomer. It is a 8 fluid ounce bottle, which is pretty good size for beginners starting out. And then the next thing that I have to show you is the crystal clear acrylic. This is in a 1.5 ounce jar, which is amazing for a kit. Usually acrylics come in a 1 ounce jar. This is the Super Bond. It is a 15 milliliter bottle, and that is the primer. Here we have the Bad and Bougie acrylic. This is kind of like a pinkish nude type of acrylic cover color, and it's very beautiful on the nails. You will see that later. This here is the number 135 glitter acrylic. It is stunning. I have shown this in a previous video before. I did my Valentine's nails with that. Y'all saw the picture. I love it. We'll be repurchasing that. Lastly is their non-wipe top coat. So this is my first impressions of this monomer. I hadn't opened it. This is my first time cracking it open. I smelled it. Y'all, it is very, very strong. That is the first thing that I can say about this monomer. I'm not a fan of the smell. I have gotten used to the smell of monomers, but this one is strong. As you can see, it does have a little spout at the top where you can just like pour it out of that. And I do like that it has that cap on the top and you could just kind of squeeze it out. That's kind of convenient. And I went ahead and I just dipped my brush into the monomer just to get it prepared for what we are about to do. And the first thing that I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just swatching the acrylics onto the paper towel. The first acrylic that I'm doing the swatch on is the crystal clear. As you can see, the seal is still on it, so I hadn't ever used this, and I was really curious to see if this was really crystal clear, because sometimes clear can be a little cloudy. So this first bead that I'm doing here, I'm going to put it straight onto the napkin. Next up, we have the Bad and Bougie acrylic, and this, as I told you all, is a pinkish nude type of acrylic. I'm going into my monomer, just dipping the brush into the acrylic a couple of times, dusting off the excess, and then going onto the paper towel. Lastly, I'm swatching the glitter acrylic, and this is number 135. It kind of gives like a coral type of vibe when I see this on the nails. I think it is absolutely stunning, and it just has a lot of different reflectance in it. Here you see me applying the crystal clear acrylic to this entire nail. As you can see, these tips are shaped into the stiletto shape. They were already pre-shaped. I've used these in the previous videos. You all have seen it. It is by the brand Infiling, and they come pre-shaped in this stiletto shape. So as I was applying this acrylic, I was having a very hard time getting it to behave the way I needed to. As you can see, the bead I just picked up there, I didn't think it was too dry, but it fell right back into the acrylic. And when I was applying onto this nail, the acrylic was just very hard to work with for some reason. I was having the hardest time getting it to blend on the tip, and I think it may have just been my application process. As I was applying, it was going on pretty sticky and it was getting caught in my brush as I was applying. I was trying to wipe it on the paper towel and it was just getting caught all in the brush. As you can see, I wiped my brush quite a few times trying to get the acrylic to come out of it. I worked my way up the nail with this clear to cover the full nail, and initially I was ready to call it quits with this clear. I was not feeling it at all. As you can see, it looks cloudy and it's just not giving. Like, I was having a hard time working with it, but in this video you will see me go in and try this again on a fresh nail because I wanted to give this a real shot to know how I really felt about it. I felt like my initial application, it wasn't my best try, so I am going to go back in and try again. On this second nail, I am doing an ombre using the Bad and Bougie and the glitter acrylic. I wanted to see how these two mixed and how easily I could do an ombre. So as you can see, when I pick up this first bead, y'all, it's just, I don't know what's up. I don't know if it's the monomer or if it's me, but the beads are just not doing what I need them to do. And I was barely draining any liquid out of the brush and they were still falling off of the brush. So I don't know if that was me or the monomer, but it was not giving. I'm applying that glitter acrylic where the tip and the natural nail meets and just fading it down to the bottom of the nail. And initially I was having a little bit trouble. I really think that it's just this monomer. Me and this monomer are just not friends, I think. And y'all see the beads are just falling off the brush. I don't know what is going on. Like, I am not, like, I don't know, y'all. So initially I was having a little bit of trouble still with getting the beads to just work for me, but once I got the hang of it, it did start to go on a little better. When I used this glitter acrylic previously, I did use it with the Young Nails monomer and I had no issues at all with the application. It went on pretty smoothly. So I find it interesting that the monomer that is supposed to work with these products, I'm having a hard time with getting the products to work with it. Once I built up the glitter portion of this ombre to the opacity that I wanted it to be, I then went in with the Bad and Bougie and I applied that first bead right where the glitter acrylic is kind of fading in the middle, just to give it a good blend, and I blended up toward the top. And once I started to do the ombre on this, it was very easy for me to do this ombre, so I was satisfied at this point. When I was applying the acrylic, it went on pretty smooth as I continued to work my way up, and I didn't have any issues with this part of my application. I then went in and encapsulated the ombre nail with the clear powder just to make sure that when I start doing my filing on this nail that we don't foul off that design. When I did use the clear here to encapsulate, it did go on pretty smooth. I didn't have much issue with the application. I decided to keep this clip in here of me gluing the tip to the natural nail because I wanted to show that this tip that I'm using for the natural nail, y'all, it is so easy to glue the nail tips to it. I know that people who have this practice hand, they have a hard time gluing the nail tips to the nails that come with this practice hand, you know, the brown looking ones. But I found these natural colored nails and they are great. That's just a little sidebar, but I wanted to mention that because I know a lot of people struggle with that. Once I got the nail filed down the way that I want to, I went in and applied the clear acrylic again. I wanted to give this another shot because I didn't want to give up on it. And this second time around, I did notice that it went on a lot smoother. And if you see, I just pointed at the napkin. That bead of acrylic the clear acrylic that I put down on the napkin at the start of this video, it had turned yellow, y'all. I have no clue why it did that. The only thing that I could think of is that the monomer is what turned it yellowish, and it happened to that bead of acrylic that had fell onto the napkin also. So that was pretty weird to me, because when I was applying it onto the nail, and once this nail dries, it is not going to turn yellow. It stayed clear. So I don't know if it's just it coming in contact with the napkin. I don't know what caused it. But on the nail, it did not turn yellow. It stayed clear. So that is promising, but I do want to try on my own hand or someone else's, just to make sure that it's going to stay that crystal clear and it's not going to turn. As you can see, I went in and just did another few swatches of the clear acrylic, just because I wanted to see if it was going to turn that yellow color again. I didn't know if it was something that I had did initially. I never seen this with an acrylic where it turned yellow like that. So this was something interesting to me. I believe it's the monomer that's causing it to do that, but it didn't do it on the nail, so I guess that's a good thing. But it's definitely weird to me that it turned that dark color, and over time it just kept getting darker and darker. Now I'm just finishing up those two nails that I did. I was pretty satisfied with how they came out. The clear is actually very crystal clear, so that was definitely satisfactory for me. And the ombre came out very well, so I was really happy about that also. So now I kind of want to get into how I feel about these products overall, and give each product its own grade, and then grade the entire kit all together. First up, I'm going to get this Super Bond out the way, because we did not use it in the video, and I actually have not used it at all, so I can't give this a grade, but once I do use it, I will let you all know what I think about it. Next up, we have the liquid monomer. I think I've made it pretty clear that I am not feeling this monomer. It is very strong to me, and also it wasn't easy to work with the products while using this monomer, and it made the clear turn a weird yellowish tint when I put it on the paper towel. So this monomer gets a no from me. I'm giving it a D. Next up, we have the non-wipe top coat, and this is something that if you watch my videos, you know that I've used this before, so this isn't my first time using this, and I usually drift towards this when I'm doing a nail set where I'm doing a glossy top coat instead of matte. And this is the bomb, y'all. As you can see, it has a high shine, high gloss. Since it is non-wipe, you don't have to worry about wiping the nails off with alcohol or anything after you put them under the light to cure. You just put the top coat on, cure it, and then you are done. I will give this top coat an A. If I had to recommend only one product out of all these products, it would be this top coat. So definitely A+ on this. Now moving on to the acrylic powders. First with the crystal clear. This is a true crystal clear acrylic, and I love it for that, because as I mentioned before, sometimes the crystal clear can be a little cloudy, but this one is not. It is a true crystal clear, which would make me give the crystal clear a grade of a B+, only because I'm a little iffy about whether or not it might turn yellow, but on the nail it looked fine, so I'll definitely be trying that out some more. Next up, with the Bad and Bougie acrylic color, this is a beautiful nude, and I love the way that it complemented the glitter powder when I did the ombre. I thought that they worked very well together. I'm glad that they paired those two in the kit, and I would definitely use this again. I do want to try it out again, doing more different types of sets just to see how it will work, but I would definitely give that an A. Last but not least, we have the glitter powder, and if I haven't made it clear enough already, this is definitely a fave of mine, so I definitely be using it again. I'm giving it an A. So overall, I would give these products as a whole in the kit a C+. And that's only because the monomer completely threw me off. I hate the smell. It was not easy for me personally to work with the products with that monomer. The clear did turn that weird yellow color on the napkin. As you can see, it ended up getting pretty dark, but on the nail it remained clear. So I guess that is promising for this clear acrylic, which I definitely will be using this clear more often because it is a true crystal clear. And the ombre, I love the way that came out. Those two acrylics were beautiful. Definitely going to be in my staples for my collection. As far as the top coat goes, you all know that that's a must-have for me. I love it. It's one of my favorite top coats that I've used so far. And overall, do I recommend this for beginners? At this price point, keep it in mind that this is my initial thoughts on most of these products. So over time, things could change, but right now, I would recommend everything in this kit except for the monomer. To me, the smell just threw me off way too much, and it was not easy to work with these products with that monomer. So everything in this kit that I used today, I would recommend, but not the monomer. Let me know what you all think about this kit. Let me know if you've used it yourselves. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe, and I will see y'all later.